Alright. Let's play some Dark Souls. Round we shall be. Normally I like to do like a fighty thing, warrior knight. I think this time I'm going to try starting off as a cleric and move toward more knighty to achieve our paladin goals. Mostly because I just like kind of dig the mace. I just want to play with the mace to start. Try going through in like the order maybe it expects you to go, and I wouldn't mind hearing what's her face's dialogue, so I'm gonna go with the English ring instead. I just like this large upper body look. This. Call good.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire.
How's it going, Dead Squirrel? Can you hear me all right?
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
I've played it before. I'm just excited about the DLC for number 3. So I thought I would start fresh. Get kind of live in the hype for the new DLC that's coming out. Is me versus game audio a little better? And is it still all echoey? Yeah, this one is my... Alright. Let's turn this back up a little bit. Still silent? Because it's showing that it's picking up its audio in the Okay. I don't know why I'm echoey though. Unless... Alright. Alright, how about now? It was picking up some auxiliary mic stuff, and I have my other mic turned off, so I don't know how it was doing that, but... I'm a little new to this, if it wasn't obvious, so... Sweet. Great. But, yeah, I've played Dark Souls before. I've only beaten it once, and it was more out of, I should probably just put that notch on the old gaming belt and get it finished. I have a tendency to farm or try to, I don't know, craft like the cosplay, like fashion souls it out. I don't know, just thought I would play through again, have fun, maybe think about some stuff, and think about, the game design is so tight in here. And like the subtle teaching, like this moment here with the knight, right, dropping in this body. So it's weird that he drops in a body to give you a key, right? He could just drop the key for you, but instead they drop this body, and with the little glowy loot piece, and presumably just to teach you that that's how you're going to get loot. Is that you'll see bodies like this, and there will be glowy bits, and that's how you pick up items, rather than have him just drop down a key. So just I like to play back through it and kind of think about some of the design choices in terms of how they wanted to teach you and things like that. The other thing that's interesting that I wish that they had explored is in the intro they talk about, you know, that these souls were acquired and they use the power of the souls to beat the dragons, but there is no real reasoning between like why they were fighting the dragons in the first place. Like, we still have like drakes in this world, and there's still an everlasting dragon, and it doesn't seem like they're particularly oppressive. So it's kind of an interesting bit about it. And I like, let's see, is it this one? No, it's... Yeah, there's a little bit more meticulous level design and item placement in this one, so like where you find things is really important. And then also just doing little things like them talking about camera controls while you hear all this stomping, so that you're like looking around and then you get to see this little scene here. I went with cleric. I usually go with some sort of fighter and work towards faith-based magic, but I thought I would start with the cleric and go the other way this time. I like to kind of roleplay the paladin in this world, so that's what I'll end up doing eventually. And then one thing that you notice a lot in all of the games is that they always use lighting to kind of guide you to where you're supposed to be. It's interesting because a lot of people feel lost when they play these games, but I think it might be just because nowadays we're so used to like heavy-handed guidance as opposed to like everything is so dark everywhere else. I'm just supposed to go here. Oh, Capra Demon is rough, particularly your first go. Seeing like same here, like they put these torches here, so that when our friend, who you can actually see if you look up, what's up, buddy? So like of course they're like, oh, go to this message, get away, and then the door opens and there's torches. What I think is funny about the Capra Demon is it in and of itself isn't particularly difficult, but you throw in a couple of extra undead dogs into the mix, and then it becomes practically impossible until you're used to, like, till you realize how you have to take out the dogs and what you can do. So do you, so if Dark Souls 2 and 3 were your first go, I assume that means you haven't played Demon Souls?